Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Don't Call Me Skinny. If you hear birds chirping or lawnmowers mowing, it is because I'm outside in my backyard, literally walking around. Fun fact, I need to get a few more steps in for my evening, and this 5 to 10 minute rendition of a podcast is going to help me get that number up just a squidge more. But what I wanted to chat about today on Friday No Filter, after talking on Wednesday, if you haven't listened to the episode, about why I hired a coach again, right? About why I did the things. I've talked to a lot of women this week. So I have my scholarship winners. I have my scholarship, the person that won full scholarship. And I'm going to be super honest and transparent what happens. It's all fun and games until it becomes fucking real. Okay? And what I mean by that is the person that I actually chose to be my scholarship winner said no. She said, no, I don't think I can commit to this right now. Believe that or not. And it left me in a really sticky place because I had about 5 people that I was like hammering through to see who am I going to give a scholarship to. I really want it to be a person that's going to dive in, a person that's going to take ownership, a person, right? Like there was just like certain criteria, and what people put in their responses literally either put them in a category of, yeah, I'm going to potentially choose this person or I'm not. And this particular person literally was my top choice. And I gave it to her and she told me no. You know, she apologized and she's sorry. And, you know, she just cannot commit to something like this right now. And it's really frustrating because here you are even receiving something free that you can't commit to. And this is the problem, is that I'm going to be super honest. Majority of people with free things, it doesn't work. Free things don't work for most people. And they don't work because there's no skin in the game. Oh, I can't commit to this right now. The question really is, can you afford to not commit to this right now? Right? I've gotten a lot of pushback, even though there is $500 towards the group coaching portion. You want to know the person? One of the people has given me 0 pushback, the person in group coaching. The person that has already experienced this for 5 months is like, oh my God, sign me up. Let's go again. She's like, it's worth this and more. Let's do it. Because she already knows what the value is. She already knows what she's getting. And sometimes I think that there's a disconnect between what I actually do, the value, and what you think is going to happen. A lot of people think that they're going to get into container with me and I'm going to completely tell them they can't have this. You're not allowed to eat that. You're not going to have this. You can't have that. Don't do this. Don't do that. And that's not the reality at all, actually. And I think that's a lot of fear of women. A lot of fear of women is we are comfortable in our hell. We are comfortable living how we are, and part of us doesn't want to change. A part of us knows that we have to do something different to get a different result, but we don't want to, right? I always say it's when the familiar hell is still better than the unfamiliar hell. Or even not the unfamiliar hell, but like the unfamiliar, because it's not actually hell. When you start learning how to take care of yourself, when you start learning how to be that person, right? It becomes less and less unfamiliar. And who you used to be actually becomes more unfamiliar as you go through this process. So some of you might be listening to this that were scholarship winners. I don't know. Some of you might be thinking, whatever, Sarah, you're crazy full of shit. I don't know. Either way, this is what I know. After talking to multiple women this week, even a guy that I was networking this evening, and I had a conversation about his wife, and he's like, I just don't even know how to approach this anymore. Like, I want to be supportive and I want to be helpful, but she's got to want it. She's got to want it more than I want it for her. And I said, that's the hard part about being a coach. Because a lot of times I want for you what you don't want for you yet. I want for you more than you want for yourself. And that makes it really hard to put money on the line. So I'm going to encourage you that if you're a scholarship winner and you're listening to this, I want you to understand my job is to fill this gap. My job is to help you. My job is to guide you. My job is to help you move towards the person that you truly desire and want to be. And if you're not a scholarship winner, but you're like, shit, I still need help, I want you to know that my job is to do just that. My job is to help you. My job is to help you and guide you and move you through things that you never knew that you even moved through or needed to move through to get to that other version of yourself. Because there's a piece that you're going to leave behind as you go through this process. There's a piece of the person that you are right now, in this moment, in this day, at this exact time that you're listening to this podcast, that got you where she is. Partially to help you, partially to protect you. And her job is now done. Her job has been fulfilled. And this is why I always say we always have to thank the former versions of ourselves, because they were doing something for us. They were helping us in some fucking way, shape, form, whatever. They were doing those things for us. And we need to thank her for that, and we need to step forward. We need to thank her for that, and we need to move in a different direction. And say, you have served me, you have done your job, but now it's a different version's time to come through. It's a different version's time to step up. The reality is, I know so many people that want this so badly. They want to change so badly. They want something different so badly for themselves. They want to stop waking up and looking in the mirror and being disgusted with themselves. They want to stop not having clothes that fit. They want to stop, when their husband touches them, that they shudder or they turn away. I know it because I was it. And I've been that my whole life. Till I was 32 years old. And the reality is, if you want that, you have to fucking go get it. There is no other option. Nobody else is coming to do it. You have to literally put your big girl pants on and go, okay, today's the day. I was interviewed on a podcast today, and she talked to me about the moment. She said, I think a lot of people don't know the moment. And I'm gonna link it today for you guys to go listen. But she talks about the moment. She's like, man, you sound like you have this moment where it changed for you. What happened in that moment? She's like, I feel like so many women miss the moment, or they don't acknowledge the moment. And I said, it was two things. One is I always felt like my neck fat was choking me. And if my neck fat is choking me, how am I going to be around and alive for my children? Number one, right? And I said the other thing was I was just tired. Tired of my own bullshit. It's like I kept saying I wanted something, but did I? I kept saying I needed to change, but did I? Did I really want those things? Or was I just a bunch of fucking talk? And the reality is, I wanted those things. So one day I woke up and I made a choice that I'm never going back. And that's exactly what I've done since. One day you're going to get so tired of your bullshit that you're just going to wake up and you're going to say, I don't care how I get it done. I don't care what it's going to cost. I don't care how it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. And today's the day that I'm making up, and I'm feeling it. I'm different today. And there is going to be this shift where that comes. I'm not looking for people that really want it but can't afford it. I'm not looking for people that really want to change but know it's going to be hard and I'm just not really sure I'm ready for that change. I'm not calling in that person. If you're that person, you're not my person. And if you hear that and that hurts your feelings and that offends you, maybe you need to have a hard conversation with yourself about what the fuck you actually fucking want. Because if you actually want to change and you actually want something different, then damn it, do it different. Do it scared. Do it unknowing if it's going to work or not for you. Do it anyways. You can live in a duality of being scared and take action. You can be scared and nervous and do it anyways and show up anyways and pay for it anyways. That's the reality. The question is, are you there yet? That was how we ended the conversation tonight with the gentleman that I was talking with. And all I told him is, well, it sounds like your wife's pain of staying where she is isn't quite bad enough yet. The pain of where she is isn't worth the pain that she's going to have to change to get out of that way. And that's where she is. And you can't do anything about it. You can't do anything about it. So the question is, if you want it different, I have to sneeze, sorry. Excuse me. Woo, it's been a minute since I've actually sneezed on a podcast. If you want it differently, are you willing to do it differently? And on the back end of that, is your pain great enough? Is your pain great enough to do it? Is your uncomfortable hell uncomfortable enough? Or your comfortable hell uncomfortable enough to do something different? Because that's where you're at. And that's a crossroad. That's the fork in the road that you're going to have to fucking deal with, that you're going to have to come to. And you're going to have that hard look in the mirror and ask yourself that question. Because at the end of the day, only you can answer it. I can't answer it for you. Your husband can't answer it. Your best friend can't answer it. You have to be able to step in and say, okay, am I tired of my bullshit? You're the only one that's going to come save you. So, if you're listening to this and a scholarship winner and you're on the fence, highly recommend you obviously move forward. And by recommend, I can't imagine why you would not do this at this point. I really can't. Out of over 50 applicants, I picked 10 people. 10 people. So don't let somebody else miss out because you're scared. Because what you said and how you changed, the way I feel inside about what you said, that means something. And I'm ready and I'm here and I'm willing to do the work with you when you're ready and willing to do the work. I'm ready to walk beside you in this journey. So I hope you guys have a great Friday. I think we got some fireworks coming up this evening. Yeah, so that's all I got. And some swimming. We're going to be swimming because it's still warm here in Michigan. So I will catch you guys on the next episode.